Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to talk about Seanian Minimax philosophy. Alright, before you say it, let me beat you to the punch. Yes, I'm a guy who's spent years rolling his eyes at philosophers. I've called them ivory tower dreamers, mental gymnasts, and, once while drunk, procrastinators with tenure. Guilty. So why am I here now, pitching you my philosophy? Isn't that just a fancy way of selling the same snake oil I've mocked before? Maybe, but hear me out. I'm not claiming enlightenment. I don't think I've uncovered the secret to the universe. I'm not wearing a robe, burning incense, or quoting Heidegger from memory. What I am doing is something a little more honest. I'm putting forward a way of thinking that came not from inspiration, but from frustration. A worldview built not on high ideals, but on low expectations. And for once, I think that's a strength. See, most philosophers try to elevate us, convince us we're rational, moral, noble, or destined for meaning. My philosophy doesn't. My philosophy assumes we're lazy, self-interested, and mostly just trying to get through the day without suffering more than necessary. And instead of fighting that, it works with it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a hero. You don't need to die for your principles. You just need to figure out how to live in a way that gets you what you want without burning yourself out or screwing yourself over. That's it. That's the system. It's not pretty, it's not poetic, but it works. And yeah, I know, that's still philosophy. I get the irony. But at least it's honest philosophy. Philosophy with its feet in the dirt, not its head in the clouds. A way of thinking for people who don't believe in grand narratives anymore, but still want to do more than rot. And thus I present Seanian Minimax Ethics, a philosophy of strategic self-interest.
Let's stop pretending. Most people don't fight for truth. They don't pursue justice. And they're not looking to do the right thing. They want what gives them the most benefit for the least amount of effort with the fewest consequences. And frankly, that's not wrong. That's smart. We are not driven by morality. We're driven by reward. Think of your mind as a calculator. It's always asking,
what do I gain? What will it cost me? How much effort do I really need to spend?
That's not laziness. That's optimization. You wouldn't take the stairs if someone handed you a free elevator, so why treat life any differently? Seanian Minimax Ethics is a lens, a way to understand the world as it is, a place where strategic restraint beats blind effort. This is not a rejection of ethics. It's just a redesign. Moral codes? Useful, but only if they benefit you. Altruism? Nice, as long as it doesn't backfire. Doing the right thing. Only if the right thing pays. Seanian Minimax Ethics rests on 3 core axioms. Not rules, not commandments. Just truths we pretend not to know. Axiom 1. Every action is an investment. You don't act out of principle. You act because you expect a return. Attention, security, pleasure, status, money, or peace. Even self-sacrifice is just a costly investment in legacy, love, or belief. And if the return isn't worth it, you hesitate. Which brings us to Axiom 2. Humans subconsciously seek the Minimax path. Minimax, minimal cost, maximum gain. It's not just a chess strategy, it's your life script. You want to look busy with as little effort as possible. You want to reap the benefits without facing the blowback. You want to be seen doing the right thing, but only if it's safe. Axiom 3. Morality is a market, not a mandate. People treat morality like stock prices. They sell guilt, buy virtue, and only invest in what yields social returns. Most people don't want to be good. They want to be seen as good, safely and cheaply. That's not hypocrisy. That's the invisible hand of moral economics. So, how do you use this? Simple. You do less, strategically. Step 1. Identify your actual goals. Not the ones you say at parties, the real ones. Security, freedom, status, comfort, power, or peace. Now ask, what's the least effortful way to get those? Step 2. Reject high-cost ethics. If a moral action leaves you broke, ruined, or alone, it's not noble, it's bad strategy. Don't throw yourself under the bus for a world that rewards influencers more than integrity. Step 3. Play the social game invisibly. Virtue signal just enough. Help just visibly enough. Push back only when the cost is 0. And always ask, is this signal worth what I am spending to send it? Step 4. Make others feel you're a good person. You don't have to actually be one. The important thing is that others think you are. Perception is reality. No, this isn't evil. It's transparent self-interest. The same thing that runs every business, every empire, and every economy. Evil is destruction for pleasure. This is survival by design. You don't steal, you don't cheat, you just ask, what's in it for me? And if the answer is nothing worth the effort, you walk away. Besides, isn't it more honest than pretending you care about things you clearly don't? We live in a world that rewards people who pretend to be moral, optimize their image, avoid direct confrontation, conserve their energy, and never pay full price for virtue. That's not a flaw in the system. That is the system. Seanian Minimax Ethics doesn't fix this. It embraces it. You don't have to be ruthless, just aware and efficient. We live in a world where we are asked to give 110% in exchange for a 4% raise at the end of the year. Meanwhile, the average household expenses go up 6% each year, meaning that after all that effort, you're actually doing worse than you were at the start. If you're tired of burning out to be a good person, maybe it's time to stop burning and start calculating. Seanian Minimax Ethics isn't for saints, it's for survivors, for quiet tacticians, for those who know that the best move is often the one that costs the least.